Hi, my brother, hi, my sister. This is your brother Joseph Ben here again for this new episode of Daily Bible Summary. Following yesterday we made a summary of Genesis 25 to 30. We just started 31 yesterday. So today we are going to summarize Genesis 31 to 35. Just as a quick reminder, the end of the chapter 30, we notice that Laban made a deal with Jacob, saying that, look, you have been working for me for so many years, and I've been richer and richer under your leadership. So, what is going to be my reward? What I have to pay to you? So they made a deal. According to that deal, they were to look upon all the cattle, and all the cattle that has just one color should be the portion of Laban, versus the other cattle with rings, with speck, with any kind of multicolor will be the portion of Jacob. And through a vision that Jacob received during the night, the angel showed him the trick how to deal with that. So when the cattle were going to the water, and after that going to lay down with the female, he put some pieces of herb or tree or leaf and everything. So when they were going together, finally they gave birth to those kind of cattle, if you want. So when now they went ahead to do the sharing, finally the majority of the flock were the flock with not unified color but ring, stripe, and everything. So finally, at the end of that sharing, Jacob ended with the biggest part. That's the end of chapter 30. So on chapter 31, the Bible says that after that sharing, Jacob noticed that the son of Laban, their countenance changed toward Jacob. Even Laban, his countenance changed against toward Jacob. And they started to talk between them that, look, Jacob have stolen all the good of our dad and all our inheritance. So they were really upset about it. And it's at that time that God talked to Jacob that, look, this is the time, gather your people, gather your stuff, and move out of this place. So Jacob called his wife, called his servant, called his concubine, and they gather all their stuff, and they proceed to leave. And they did so, and Laban was unaware of that. So his wife didn't just agree with that, so they moved, and they started to go away. And Laban got that information basically after 3 days. So after 3 days, he gathered also all his people, all his servants, all his soldier, I can say that, and they started now to pursue Jacob. And after 7 days of pursuit, they finally met or overtook them at the Mount Gilead, and they went there. And fortunately, God appeared to Laban that night, say, you know what? As you are going to Jacob, do not do nothing to him. Do not dare to touch him, to do anything bad to him. Then, when Laban went to Jacob, he said, but what have you done? What have you done? How is it possible that you can flee, you can go away with my son, with my daughter, with my grandson, without letting me know? You would have done it the proper way, so that we would have made a feast, a party, and separate ourselves with a lot of joy. What have you done? And look, I'm so powerful that if I wish, I could have smitten you, I could have killed you and all your people. But the God that you serve appeared to me and warned me against doing such a thing. Or such a thing. But what happened is that why you left with my gods? Because you have to say that when they decided to move, when they flee away, Rachel, the wife, the beloved wife of Jacob, she took the god of his father, the cherubim. So it's a kind of idol that represented the god of Laban. So Jacob said, "But look all over my people, and if you do find that those cherubim, those god, those idol, that person is going to die." So in the kind of confirming that no one among us as you had God. So Laban went ahead and he looked everywhere, he didn't find it. And when he went to his daughter Rachel, she was seated, and under her she hid those idol. But she said to her father that look, I'm now in my period. I cannot stand up really. Excuse me about that. I cannot stand because of that. So then he went back and said, you know what? I didn't find it. Then Jacob grew burst in anger. Said, well, look, what have you done? I've been serving you for 20 years. I did what I'm supposed to do during 20 good years. I walk under the sun. I walk under when it was cold. I walk in a very difficult situation. I didn't. No one of your flock were lost, and even if they were lost, I will. You forced me to pay the price. But while now you are chasing after me like a thief, and now even you see that I have stolen your gods. So finally, they finally agreed to do peace, to make peace. So they ate together. They made a kind of covenant of peace, and they separated themselves. And Laban went back to his area, and now Jacob started to move forward. And you know that Jacob found himself in a difficult situation because behind him is Laban. Ahead of him is his brother Esau, who promised that he's going to kill him. So when Jacob moved forward, the Bible says that he met a host of angels. He met a host of angels. So there was another encounter with God. And he called that place Manhanaim. Then he sent now servants forward to his brother Esau to tell him that, look, your brother is coming and is rich. He's coming with a lot of cattle, a lot of goods, and like to say that they have to make a kind of arrangement, a kind of offering that is going to do and everything. So as soon as those servants went and let Esau know about the fact that his brother is coming, immediately Esau gathered 400 soldiers of his own and started now to push to come to meet his brother, not with good intention. But Jacob now put together, because he knew that they have it's a tough cookie, that situation. So he gathered a lot of cattle, a lot of bulls, a lot of goats, a lot of the goats, the colt, and everything. He gathered them in order to offer them as a present to his father, to his brother Esau, in order to cool him down, and to, instead of having any strife or any kind of battle or fight, he expected that to be a gift to appease his brother. So now Esau moved forward, and now Jacob again he divided now his people. He put forward his concubine and his kid, then Leah and her kid, and Rachel and his kid. So he said that, okay, look, if Esau come and beat one camp, the other camp could flee away and everything. So he did those kind of human arrangement, thinking that they are going to help him in that situation. Then the Bible says that after a while, after he put his kid forward, he went behind the river, and then he met God. He met God, and he get God under the guise of a person. So they started to fight. They fight all night long. And that person say to Jacob, "Let me go." He said, "No, I will not let go. Let me go. The day is breaking. Let me go." He said, "No, I will not let you go." Then Jacob said, "What is your name?" He said, "No, I don't. Why do you want to know my name?" But that person asked Jacob, "What is your name?" He said, "My name is Jacob." He said, "No, your name is not going to be no more Jacob. Your name is going to be Israel." I guess, yes, your name is going to be Israel. And then the person left. And Jacob called that place Peniel. Peniel, the place where he met God. So we are on the chapter 32. Now in the chapter 33 is the meeting of Esau with Jacob. So as we saw in the previous chapter, as soon as Esau knew that his brother is coming, his armed 400 of his soldiers, and they came to meet him, not with good intention. But fortunately also, God appeared to Esau to tell him, "No, what, dare not to touch your brother." So he went there. When he went there, he noticed all the goods, all the different camps that Jacob arranged, and all the people of each camp bow before him. The concubine and their kid bow before him. Then Leah and his kid bow before him, and Rachel and his kid bow before him, and then finally he met his brother, and they went to they ran each one to the other, and they embraced themselves. They started to cry and everything. So it was very, very touching as a situation. Instead of bad, it was good. Instead of battle, fight, it was just a good meeting between the two brothers who have not been seen themselves in about 20 years. So finally, Esau asked, "But all those cattle that I see aside, what it's all about?" Jacob said, "No, this is for you. It's a gift that I kept for you." Esau said, "But no, I'm very rich. I don't really need that. I don't really need that." But Jacob insisted that, "No, look, you have to take it, because for me, seeing your face in peace is like seeing the face of God." So finally, Esau accepted, and they took possession of that gift that Jacob prepared for him. Then Esau availed himself now to go together along with Jacob. Jacob said, "No, just move forward. Me, I'm going to come." He said, "No, we have to go together." He said, "No, because in my cattle, I have a lot of cattle who are laboring, who just give birth and everything. So if we push them hard, they are not going to survive. They have to go slowly." So Esau said, "Okay, no problem. I'm going to give you some servants to go with you." He said, No, don't worry. Just move around, and I'm coming." So that is how they did, and finally they separated, and Jacob went back now to the land of his father in Canaan, and he established over there in that area, and that in that area of Canaan, where they were also the area where they were a Hivite, as we are going to see. Anyway, he erected an altar over there, and he started to sit there with his kid. Now in the chapter 34, You notice that one of his daughter, specifically the daughter of that he had with Leah, Dinah, she was beautiful, and she were going around hanging out with the daughter of that area, of the Hivite. And then Sichem, who was the son of Amor. Amor that was a prominent man in that area. And Sichem kidnapped basically Dinah and had defiled them by having a relationship with her, a sexual relationship with her. That was a defilement, because in those days a daughter should go virgin to her husband, so he defiled her. And it happened that after that, Sichem fell really in love with Dinah and really wanted to marry her, and he convinced his father to go to Jacob, the father of Dinah, to convince her about that. So Hamor went to Jacob to convince him that, look, my son got really in love with your daughter and he want to marry her. Please accept it. Let us, now that we are living in the same area, let us be together. Let us understand each other. Let us mix each other. You are going to marry our daughter. Our son are going to marry your daughter. So we are going to mingle and be one people. So now the brothers of Leah heard about it. They say, you know what, this is a good time now to settle once and for all with this case. So they say, you know what, we can accept, we are willing to accept it, but there's a problem that we are circumcised. There's no way, it's not possible for us to mingle, to meet, to hook up with you guys if you are not circumcised. So if you accept to be with us so that we can share the same good, then accept yourself to be circumcised. So then Amor went to his people, convinced them that, look, these people are very rich, they are very powerful. So it's in our interest to mingle with them, to mix with them. But the only thing that they want us to do is to get circumcised. So finally, he convinced everybody, and they accepted to be circumcised. And now, when they got circumcised, while they were still healing with that pain, with that situation, that they were basically incapacitated during that time of healing of their wounds. So at that time that the brother of Dinah fell upon that city, Simon and Levi, they fell upon that city with the sword, and they slaughtered every single man of that city. They slaughtered every single man. And after that, even some cattle, they slaughtered them. So Jacob then was very, very, very shocked by the situation. He said, but what have you done to me? Now you are going to make me a target of all the people in this area where we are living, because they will try now to retaliate and to do us harm. And now his brother said, but what do you think? It's not possible for us to be insensitive or indifferent when people are taking our daughter as a harlot. So that is the chapter 34. Now chapter 35. God appeared again to Jacob, promised him everything that he had been promised his father, his grandfather Abraham, his father Isaac, that I will make you a great nation, and so on and so forth. But this is the time, get out and move from this place. But purify yourself, remove anything that is not clean, that is not pure, that is not holy among you. So Jacob ordered all his people to get rid of their idols, all those things that representing false God. So they remove all those stuff, all those talisman, all those idol, all those teraphim, so on and so forth. And he took everything and he buried those things under a oak. So now they started to move. And the Bible says that a great terror finally surrounded them, because no nation, no people in that area dared to pursue them or to do them any harm, because of the terror, the fear that God put around them. So they were able to move. And they say that when they were moving, Rebecca, Deborah died. Deborah, that was the nurse of Rebecca, his wife. His mom. She died, and she was buried in that area of Bethel. And of course, God appeared to him and blessed him and said, "You know what? I told you, you are no more Jacob, you are Israel. You are going to be a great nation. Many nations are going to come out of you, kings and princes, and then you fulfill all the promises that I made to your grandfather Abraham and your dad Isaac. I will be with you," and everything. So all those blessings that we know. So he moved, and the Bible says also that when they were in that trip, Rachel got pregnant and she went to deliver. And during her labor, she delivered a new son, but she died. After delivering, she died, and she knew that it's a son, and she named it Ben-Oni, and they were called Benjamin. So she died over there, and she were buried in that area. So that is basically the end of chapter 35. And you have the 12 name of all his sons: Reuben, Simeon, Levi. You can read the end of the book of Genesis chapter 35. So this is the summary of what I wanted to share with you today. Genesis 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So tomorrow we are going to have the following 35 or 36 to 40. May God bless you. Bye bye.